Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to change gears a little bit here, but I will relate it back to cards, I promise. So one of the other things I collect besides baseball cards is I collect books on how to think. And kind of like with why I got into cards, it all goes back to fantasy football. I was making some real bonehead decisions back in the late 2010s and even 2020. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? What is it about my brain that makes me want to do this? So I started reading a lot of books about it, and one of my favorites is right in front of you now. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, and it's very interesting reading. You actually have to think slow to read Thinking Fast and Slow. It took me off and on at least 2 years to read this. I get tired, I put it down, I would come back to it a couple weeks later. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was what he discusses in chapter 29, the fourfold pattern. Now, he talks about this in terms of percentages. He talks about how when a percent chance of something happening goes from 0 to 5%, that gets our attention. But when it goes from 5% to 10%, it doesn't really get our attention, even though it's still 5%. Same token, when something goes from 95% likely to happen to 100%, that also gets our attention because now there's certainty there, right? But going from, let's say, 90 to 95% does not. So can't really talk about this in terms of selling cards. What are the odds that you're going to sell a card? But what I want to share with you guys is how I've been approaching my eBay sales lately. So I'm going to present 3 cards to you, and we'll talk about the deals that I struck with them and go from there. All right, first up, we have this Lou Gehrig foil that I pulled from Topps Chrome Anniversary, I guess last year's, where I found the blaster at Target. So going through my eBay records, it looks like I initially listed it for $19.99 to be shipped in a eBay standard envelope. At some point, I dropped the price down to $17.99, and then I saw at least one watcher, so I did the send offers method, and I don't know what I offered, maybe $14.99, maybe $13.99. The buyer said 11. I said, let's do it. I just wanted to get the card out of here, use the money for other things, one less thing to worry about. All right, on to the next one. All right, next up we have a Derek Jeter refractor from the disastrous hobby box of 2022 Topps Stadium Club Chrome that I got with my buyback dollars. I really didn't have any plans to sell this until I sold the previous card, the Lou Gehrig, and I figured I'm already heading to the post office. I had this Derek Jeter listed for $3.99. I can't remember who made the offer, but I sold it for $2. I'm like, I'm heading to the post office anyway. I'll probably make a whopping 50 cents on this, but I wouldn't make a special trip to the post office just for that. But gets the card out of here. Maybe the guy really likes it. Maybe the person really likes it, and could do something else with that 50 cents. All right, on to the next card. Last and quite possibly least, we've got this Bubba Thompson blue auto out of 150 from Topps Chrome. So I know way back when I initially listed it for probably $19.99, trying to get it under the eBay standard envelope limit. I eventually dropped it all the way down to $9.99, and I can't remember again who made the initial offer. I sold it for $5. So person got a hell of a deal, pardon my French, and I got another card out of my collection, and I got a few bucks to spend on something else. So I'll be right back to wrap it up with a conclusion. So what I've hoped to convey here is that I don't think you should let a few dollars either way sway a deal. I've got a few bucks in my pocket to go do other things with. I got some cards out of my collection that are, they're not taking up a ton of space, but they are something that would have to be dealt with at some point. The buyer's got some cards. They can do with them as they please. Maybe they can value add to them. And now if I can just use this methodology when I buy cards, we'd be in good shape. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments if you liked videos like these. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you when I see you.